Okay, we're live. We're just gonna wait a few minutes now. We're just gonna hang out, drink some water.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, my dog is just sitting on a chair next to me. She doesn't like it.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's a pit bull mix, so she's a handful, but she's pretty cool. Okay. Hopefully there's nothing else I have to do. I'm hoping, so I live literally right next to a 7-Eleven, so I'm hoping that no one, yells. Sometimes happens.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like my sister's gonna walk in here.
That's okay.
Oh, they can hear us.
Oh. What? Well, hi everyone. We're going to start in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We didn't know that you guys could hear us, but we'll get started in a minute.
We're talking about what kind of dog you have.
This is my first time using a live streaming program, so it's going to be a little bit of a test and an adventure for all of us.
Oh my gosh.
Good to know. We'll wait just a couple more minutes. Anna got to see the film a couple days ago.
Yeah.
She got a little bit of a sneak peek. All right, I guess, since everyone can hear us already anyway, maybe we'll just get started. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So everyone should be able to see us soon as well.
Okay.
All right. Hi, Anna.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. It was really fun to get to watch the film again. I don't think I've watched it for about a year at this point.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was your first time seeing it at all. So just to give people a little bit of background, the film was shot in 2017 during the summer. So, how old were you then, Anna?
Like 11 or 10.
And
Yeah. And now I am 14. So.
Very cool. Yeah, well, my first question for you, Anna, is I am really curious to know what you've been up to these last few years.
Well, I'm still here in Pittsburgh making puppets. So I can show you
I would love to
some
see.
of them. I have them surrounding me. So so of course when I made Scary Polka Dots, he was like one of the when I started getting into puppetry. So this was like one of the I'd made some other sock puppets, but he was really like the the first dragon one, and like I don't know, I just really enjoyed it, and then I just kept making puppets and found out that I loved doing it. So I made lots of sock puppets.
Scary Polka Dots held up really well.
Yeah, he's still there. So yeah, like I said, I made a lot of sock puppets, and then finally I made my first like little bit bigger puppet and like furry puppet, which is Wilbur right here. Oh. Hello.
Wow. That's like a real puppet. I mean, that is like professional.
Yeah, so he my sewing was kind of like it's he needs an upgrade, and I sewed the fur on backwards, but I was so proud of Wilbur and what I created, and yeah, and then I decided to make an even bigger puppet, which I will grab. So I learned making them by watching YouTube videos.
Nice.
From a puppeteer named Adam Krutinger. So I made this puppet. Her name is Michaela, and she was supposed to be like a self puppet, like a puppet that kind of resembled me at the time. So this is her.
Whoa.
Yeah. She has this galaxy hair, which I sewed on, and
how long did that take you?
I forget. It must have taken me longer. Of course, longer than Wilbur. Wilbur I made like in like a day, so probably a few weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Michaela. And since then, I've explored different puppetry because I like the Muppet style, but I found out there's so much more. Because usually when you think of puppets, you think of like Jim Henson, like the Muppets.
Yeah.
But there are so many other puppets. There's shadow puppets. There's just like so marionettes, so much more. So I started trying to trying different types of puppetry. And then I wanted to make my own pattern. That pattern I printed from Michaela. But I wanted to make my own design, my own pattern. So I created, and I love chickens, so I created Amy.
Which is named after one of your chickens, right? Who actually makes an appearance in the film because you recorded her for me. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I didn't hear her. When did she come in?
She's in there somewhere.
Okay.
She's definitely in there.
Yeah. So this is Amy.
I've gotten to meet Amy. She's a pretty cool chicken.
Yeah. She sadly passed away, so that was sad. But I'm glad I made this puppet in her honor.
Yeah.
So
her memory lives on. Well, Megan wants to know what you love about puppetry as an art form.
I I guess I like putting on a story, and I especially like building them because I've always liked creating things, and I think puppets are something that I could build, like hands-on, and I really love building things before puppets. So I guess that's what I love about them, because you can make like so many different things from like one piece of fabric, or one piece of wood or cardboard. You could turn it into this little creature
Yeah.
that comes to life, and it's really fun. And yeah.
Well, it's fun even watching you show us those puppets because you can like already see that you're bringing them to life, just like the way that you're holding them. We have another question. What about your art are you most proud of? And what has surprised you in your process?
I guess I'm surprised every time I make a puppet, because I seem to improve almost every time. Sometimes, like if I'm having a bad day and I try to build something, it won't turn out and I'll be disappointed. But
That's
I
the
guess
life
I
of the
would
artist.
just yeah. What was the other?
What surprised you about your process?
Well, I guess sort of just just I never thought about puppets really. I didn't think I'd be building puppets, and it's just fun every step of the way, because you have to figure out, how is it going to move? Is it going to stay together? What materials, and like what's the character? So often I'll like sketch out. I have a whole sketchbook filled with characters that I've come up with, and I'll roll them together.
We actually have someone who wants to know what Amy does in her free time.
Okay. Well, Amy loves to go outside and dig for worms, and she's obsessed with worms. Let me see if I can get there. They wanted to know, what do you like doing in your free time? Well, I like going outside and digging for worms. Yeah, I love worms. They're juicy, they're fat. Yeah, delicious. Thank you. You can leave now.
Thank you, Amy. This is a great question. Do you start with the character and then build them, or do you start with the material and then the character comes?
So it depends. Sometimes, like I've taken classes where they just give you material. You have to come up with something right there. And so sometimes I'll do that. If I have like this great idea and I just want to do it, I'll try to find the right materials for what I have in my mind. But if something else comes out that I think might be better than what I planned originally, then I'll use that. So I don't know where. I forget where. I'd have to grab it. Can I be right back?
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to pull it out.
No, that's okay. Well, I can talk a little bit while you're doing that. So The Nest is a project that was actually started by Megan, who's in the film. She was doing a residency with the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh. And it's kind of just developed over the years. The film was the second time that Megan had done The Nest, and the first time I'd worked on the project. But Megan and I have had the opportunity to work together again. We did a very short one at the Museum of Art and History in Santa Cruz. And last summer, we were able to spend a month in St. Louis working on a version with a library, which was really amazing, and was a chance to kind of go and do a bunch of workshops with different libraries. It was very cool. Hi, you're back.
I'm back. Okay, so I want to show you an example of another type of puppet. Sadly, it's a little broken, but this is a house puppet that I built.
Ooh.
It's based off the legend Baba Yaga. It's a Russian folklore about this lady who lives in a house with chicken feet. So the house did have chicken feet here.
Oh.
And this is very interesting because it's a different like style. It's not like a Muppet style puppet. And I actually had to take time to try to figure out how to make it work because I wanted to be able to move with it. So I wanted the feet to attach to my feet and I'd be able to walk. So I made these joints and they broke, but they go like this. They go like, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
So they go like that, and then I can walk with that. So that was really fun because, I don't know, I just find it so fun to try different styles.
Yeah.
And just explore instead of sticking to like one thing. So yeah.
That's super cool. So I
Oh, go ahead.
well, I was curious. Do you have any advice for young artists?
So I would say just keep doing what you love, and every time you make something else, it might not seem like you improve, but you'll eventually get to a point where you'll feel happy with the things you're making, because Scary Polka Dots didn't exactly turn out how I wanted them to. I was imagining like this dragon and really cool, but I didn't have the skills at the time. But now I feel like I could make something like better. So I would say just keep doing what you love and practice doing it.
Right. Do you practice a lot?
Yeah. Well, I do so that helps a lot. But I also practice on improving other things so that if for some reason I don't like puppetry when I'm older, I don't want to do it, that I'll be able to do other things because I do like art. So I do like the painting. I've been practicing painting too.
Oh wow. Is that Amy?
Yes.
Nice.
I painted this with her feathers. I made them into a brush.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I guess I do try to practice.
What do you think has been the most in terms of what has been the most helpful in terms of support? Like how do you feel like you're able to kind of keep making all these different types of art?
So you mean like how can
Yeah. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like what allows you to be able to keep doing this?
Well, my parents are very supportive, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I guess I'm just motivated to keep doing it. So
That's awesome. We have another question. What's more challenging for you, practicing storytelling or the puppet making?
So I don't have as much experience with like performing, so I would say that I struggle a little bit more with that, and I do want to learn how to kind of be a puppeteer, but I think I do like building better, and building is a challenge, which is part of the reason why I like it. challenges me. So
Yeah. Everyone's saying that your parents are great, and I will say that yes, Anna's
yes.
parents are really cool. I got to spend time at her house while we were making the film, so
Yes, they're awesome.
I hope everyone has parents that can be as supportive. I also wanted to show when you can see in the film that Anna makes a sign that says, "Please do not harm." And Megan and I loved it so much that we kept it, and we actually laminated it and used it in the nest in St. Louis. When Anna came to the nest, she just like made so much stuff. She walked in and she just was so determined.
Yeah, I like wasn't paying attention to anybody around me. I was just like, okay, what can I add to this nest? How can I use this?
It's true, she was.
Yeah. I don't even remember making that sign.
Oh, here's a question. Do you ever wonder what the creature is doing today?
Sometimes. Yes, I don't know. Like, I probably have a different perspective on what the creature is. But yeah, I still kind of wonder, where did it go? Did it finally find a home? I think all the helped it. Feel more comfortable. So.
Yeah. So what do you think the creature is now? The big question.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that. I'm not sure, but I think I really wanted to do a dragon. Then because I was really interested in dragons, so I think I kind of was like, oh, maybe you can be a dragon. So, but I don't know. I feel like it takes different forms. I feel like it isn't just one thing. I feel like maybe it's invisible, or maybe it's just a spirit.
I forgot the creature also visited the Walker in Minneapolis in January, which is where Megan lives. Oh, you changed. Anna and I were saying that her size kept changing when we were doing tests, and it finally happened. So let me see if I can fix you.
So what do you think the creature is?
Oh man, that's a question. Oh, you changed sides again. I mean, I have always kind of pictured the creature. I feel like in some sense it's like that big blue one from Monsters Inc. Like big blue monster, but a little bit different in that I almost like they've got the personality of Eeyore too, you know? They just kind of are like, I'm the creature.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. There we go, Sully. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
I feel like it changes a little bit depending on where we are and what we're doing. Someone has asked, what do you remember about the nest? What stuck with you, like being in that space?
Well, I remember it just being really magical because it was like this big nest. Well, yeah, some sort of nest, and it was just this big nest of creativity where you could come and add whatever you think needed to be added, or what the creature would want, or what the creature might help it. So yeah, I really, that was pretty amazing seeing that big structure. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture with me of what it looked like when it was finished in St. Louis, because it was up for 3 months. And because it was in a library, it was free for people to come. It was so much stuff. It was so cool. I'll have to post a link to a picture so people can check it out, because there was just like layers and layers of stuff. And what was really cool too is kids were making these 3D kind of structures. And like I remember one kid built this whole contraption with like rocks, and it was like 2 feet tall. It was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound pretty awesome.
So someone has asked if it is still in Minneapolis, which it is not. But you know, the creature is everywhere all the time. So the creature's out there somewhere. We just don't know where they're at
I feel like
right
it
now.
travels places.
Where do you think it's gone?
All around the world. I don't know where it is now, but
It's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's maybe somewhere warm right now, you know, because it's...
Yeah, that's true. Does it migrate?
Probably. So these are the important questions. Well, I don't know if anyone else has any questions. Oh, here we go. How do you think a town can become more inviting for the creature?
I think the nest was definitely inviting, but if you don't have a huge nest, I would just say, like, you know, just don't just come off in like a nice, friendly way, and make sure the creature feels welcome and loved and happy.
Yeah.
So you could do that in whatever you think, like whatever way you think the creature would like that, or however way you feel.
That was one of the really fun things about making the film, was that I got to spend a little bit more time talking to different kids about all that kind of stuff, and really spend a little bit more time kind of building the story, which was a lot of fun for me. Lily thinks that the creature has fled to Canada, which...
Maybe.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being in Canada right now. It'd be pretty cool. I've never been. I wanted to tell people an update on some of the other kids. I didn't get to hear from everyone's parents, but I did get to hear from Thomas and Eve and Annabelle's mom. And Thomas is still sketching and doing a lot of drawing, which is really cool. Eve has gotten interested in filmmaking, which I love. And
it's awesome.
Yeah. And Annabelle is really great at kind of taking whatever is around and making art out of it, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And it was really fun to get to hear kind of updates about them too. I don't think you ever got to meet them, did you? We should do... One of these days we should do a big like reunion, and you should you can meet everyone. It would be really fun.
Definitely.
And hopefully one of these days we'll be able to kind of all screen it and maybe do some updates, film some updates.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day when we're all famous.
Yeah. Someone asked if we still have the nest places, and we're always hoping to. Right now it's a little difficult, so it's a little unsure of when we'll be able to kind of do it next. But we're always looking for ways to bring the nest different places. So I don't know. Does anyone else have any other questions for Anna or for me before my dog gets too ready for me to be done? All right. Well, it was really fun to get to talk to you again.
Yes, definitely.
I hope we get to make more art together at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember you came over for how many? Where was it? Like 9 hours,
Something
and we
like
were
that.
Yeah. and when I watched the documentary again, I was like, when the scene where I was holding the clay thing, I was like, I made this in like second grade.
I love that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. I loved getting to see all the different things you made and kind of do like a tour of your house, It was fun. We have one other question. Do you have a place that people can look for your kind of new artwork and creations and stuff? Is there like a website?
So I do have an Instagram. It's Creative Chicken Studio, of course.
Yeah.
And I also have a YouTube channel which is also Creative Chicken Studio, because I love making short movies, and I'll probably post more on Instagram, just updates and stuff.
Let me put that
That's right.
in the chat for everyone.
This is what I'm making. This is what I'm making right now. It's in progress. It needs arms still, but.
Does it have a name?
No, I'm actually doing. No, that doesn't have a name yet.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm doing. Oh, go ahead.
Check out Anna's Instagram, because I just recently started following her and she's got really cool stuff that she does on there.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, this has been super fun.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry,
for letting me.
We've got one more question. Are you going to do a new version of Scary Polka Dot at some point?
So yes, I actually made one yesterday.
Wow.
I'll show you real fast because I got a little excited. I feel like he can be improved even more, but he has grown. I think he's glue.
Does he have more dots now?
Yes. So fun fact: you can count how old the Scary Polka Dot monsters are by the number of spots or pom poms.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
So Anna had made Scary Polka Dot, and then when I came back to visit her again a few months later, she'd made like an entire family.
Yes, I had a mom, the dad. I had the little sister, the friend.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was really fun because she kind of just put on a puppet show for me right there. It was really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to put this up. So if anyone is interested in learning more about the nest, you can go to www.thenestiscoming.com, and there's a little bit more information about Megan and I and the different versions we've done there. And thanks so much, everyone, for watching. It was really great to get to talk to Anna and have you all get to see all the cool stuff she's doing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, friends and family. Thank you, Alicia.
Thanks.
And
it's
been really fun.
Thank you, Anna. All right. We are signing out.
Bye.
Bye.